let's get right to it. Give me a second. Let's get set up here. Do it proper like. I know my levels are low. Bear with me while I get set up. Thanks. Appreciate it. Here we go. There you go. Thank you, everybody. Sorry for the delay on late start here. Let's get right to the whole NASDAQ down 460 again. And we just got to kind of settle in here and kick out to the larger time frames. I even said this morning that we were going lower, that we had some crazy targets. I mean, right now for today, and I still think it's a lot lower. We can get down to like 25,200 today. That's about 200 lower from current levels. So great to see everybody. What's going on, chat? Come on in. How you feeling now? What's everyone think about the Bitcoin dump? We will get into that. I mean, it's pretty crazy, and I still don't believe why. I just don't understand how people can still try to rationalize the larger liquidity argument. It's not happening. Anyway, yeah, hold on. I'm trying to bring up that other chart. Let's let other folks get in here. Let's do this, everybody. Get over to harmonictrader.com. Take advantage of the 2-week free trial for the software. New folks coming in every day. Nice to see everybody. Welcome, new people. You want to get the HPC for TradingView, the software. Send your TradingView username to hpc at sr-analyst.com. And also join us as a basic member right at harmonictrader.com. Start there. Take the 2 weeks. Get your feet wet. And then join us. If I get a trade set up, guys, I've got my platform set up. I don't think I'm going to have issues. I think I figured out why. The computer was stalling, running way too many programs at once. So, that's pretty much what I'm going to keep my eye on. If it loads up or if the stream locks up, let me know. Here's what I posted this morning on the Discord, and I just wanted to point this out for everybody. 233 is the minimal terminal bar on the Shark, as low as 25164. All right, that's where we're going for today. And let's see if we can get another jump on point. Yeah, so get over there, harmonictrader.com, bang the rest. Really quick, let's do a rundown of what's happening. Remember NASDAQ, 25,560. Okay, this is not supposed to have multiple retests, yet here we are. So I really want to watch this level. We talked about why 25,164, this yellow dot, where was it? Sorry, 25,529. 164 was the last setup. On the daily setup. Hold on one second. On the side here, the daily, we've had 3 tests, and this is not where it's supposed to be. I'm wondering if we're looking at some kind of failure. I've given it 2 shots. I'm not really pleased by what I see here. And the daily has kind of rolled back under the 50 level. I mean, check out Amplified. It's kind of like what we saw not too long ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Understand, we're still in a retrace. I thought we would break out literally from that 530.60 area. And here's the QQQ, which is still doing the all-time 1618, and maybe this needs more time. All right, I really thought that 530 would. We did have a nice move. We went 500 points in a short period of time. Now we got to kind of take another look. I mean, it hasn't moved a hell of a lot off of the general area, but this 1618, that's like that depending on what that is. I mean, I've been saying 628, it might be 633. It's that 630 area. We're just not getting above it. Not yet, at least. So, probably more of the same. My only question is, are we going to get a big retrace like last year? Are we going to get a big kind of 15, 20% off of this resistance? I mean, the only thing I could think, and I said this back in November, that perhaps we were going into a full 382. It looked like we'd get there, but what happened is we ran into a dot at 590. 382 is 546. That would be reasonable. That would not be a problem. So let's see how we go. The thing that's got my attention as well, we have been looking for our weekly indicators to turn up. Here, HSI, for example, we've been waiting for this to get above 50. Not a good look. We're under 50, rolling back down. Guys, that's a problem for me. That is a problem. And then I'll tell you what the big problem will be. And get ready for it, because if this happens, it's going to go down quickly. You know, I'm shifting my tone here. Okay, prepare for maybe deeper retrace. We break the 50 level and we break that prior reading at 45. That should send it into a full retrace. And then the 550 level would have to be considered, 545. That's where we're at. What's going on? Yeah, and look, we've got Bitcoin, okay, doing its thing. I'll get to that in a second, but just major markets here. S&P, I don't think it's a big deal. My numbers are like 7,200, and we're not even at the full 1618, but it is saying more time. Like when you got that happening on ES futures weekly, you turn back down. We know, okay, and we've seen it before, we can't really expect this thing to do a major move until we're back above the 50. So you have to maintain the retrace perspective. Definitely. What's going on, chat? Doc, how you doing? Yeah, dump it for sure. Thank you, Diamond Jim. I appreciate that. Wyckoff is the best. Wyckoff is like one of the structural godfathers. Is like, hey, wait, we need to pay attention to structure, right? Jacksonillion saying Rivian bottoming at 1377. We've been waiting for that. Did it get down there? I mean, we knew not to touch it. Bring that up in about 5 minutes. That's S&P. That's NASDAQ. Let me just kind of do a broad stroke here. Check out gold. Up 305. Let's go. Let's go. Gold. It ain't over. It's not. That was just a 3618 reaction. That's all. How about we do a type 2 to 5,500 for the 3618? That's it. I mean, I think it's an opportunity. Gold on the 4 hour. I'm telling you, and it's not over. Gold 4 hour, arrow, diamond, dot. Continuation. Can we get there? I think so. And I also think, look, if we get the massive retrace on gold, I'm still going to say it's going to be an opportunity to buy the continuation. All right. I find it hard that, you know, all the way here, 3618, we've done such an amazing run. That's definition of harmonic parabolic. But can we ultimately get to a 382? Keep that in mind. 382 is all the way down there at 3,800. I think we could we could have Major 382 at some point, maybe later this year, but let's get through February. I think right now, go back, retest the high, do an 886. You know, it's like probably hourly is the best way because this thing's moving so fast. Pretty interesting. Here's gold futures. Deep crab, no confirmation. Look for target one at 54. 5054. Silver, just amazing. And we did not, technically, we didn't hit the 2618. Damn close. 2618 was 125.60-ish. And all-time high was 120, 123. Something like that. Gold, sorry, silver, like gold, is oversold. It's probably down around this 80 handle. Incredibly, we were under 75. Now, I'll show you guys something really interesting about this major move. And it's a big key number we've talked about. That was the all-time 1618 right there at 84 bucks. Okay, and notice how we had the blow-off move, like we hit the 1618, pretty amazing. And we had the blow-off move, and now we come right back where failed resistance is support? Possibly. Let's look at this. Keep an eye on this, especially the monthly close. But silver's up 7, and 5-minute time frame I think is your best bet. Oh, check this out. Check out these patterns on a 5-minute. This is wild. There's a really nice type 1. Type 1 off the crab down to target 2 at 83. Call it 84 bucks. Beautiful confirmation. I'm still looking up, guys. I think you go back to 88. Maybe SLV's a long right here. SLV. Hold on. I'd look at that. Somewhere around 75, 76.50 right now. That's a 5-minute. I'm still looking for opportunities there, long side. Like, really happy to see this come off because I don't know where it would go beyond the 3618. And then there's Bitcoin. And I don't want to be an S poster about Bitcoin. You know, I'm really not here to trash people or their holdings. I just want to speak like super truth to power. Okay, and do it with harmonic pattern framework. Okay, and where we are now is it's just the realization of everything we have talked about since October. And I'm going to just kind of put it here. I'm surprised I'm at this level already, but I'm just going to say we're failing the 77 retest. And the only thing be underneath here once we fail is 39,000. That's it. And I know people are talking so-and-so's buying and Michael Saylor this and Kathy Wood that. I'm no way. Again, guys, I'm going to continue to stick to the framework. And how did that looping retest work out, kids? How long did we talk about the need to retest that pattern at 77? And here we are. Is it possible to use 1,000 on SLV? Why not? Allocate $1,000 to SLV. That's, what is that? It's probably like 10 shares, 12 shares. Yeah. But hey, if that moves 5 points and it's moving like that, there's a small trade, $50, 5% move. I think it's possible. Don't think like you have to have a certain amount. And hey, if you're trading at home like part-time trader and you're going to make $50, $50 is $50, kids. and start small. I mean, absolutely. We did yesterday, so I'm finally getting to more of the NASDAQ futures trading, and we had our gold circle session yesterday, and and I was able to find a trade and hit it. One trade, one contract. It was a scalp trade for 15 points. It's like $300, and trying to show that more in real time. Let's see if we can find something today. I just want to kind of catch up with the developments, really get into it as the week unfolds pretty viciously. And so here's the deal on the failure. And I want everyone to know, let me make it super clear. I've been clear about it since October, honestly. The whole argument, and I'll review it. I'll kind of backtrack here in a second, but just so you know, absolute level is hop level at 68,488. That's where I think we're going on this down move. I told you guys this was nasty. I told you we had a add confirmation trigger, arrow, diamond, dot, and it was so perfect. I mean, so I'm thinking. So let me back up. I'm a little over enthused at the moment. I have to explain how critical and what it's turning out to be is probably the greatest confirmation combination I've ever put out. And ever since we added the diamond with the dot, it really is pinpointing those precise areas. So again, guys, if you're not with the software, if you're in here and you're not with the software, please get over here. I'll put this link in the chat, but everything is available as a basic member. But get HPC TradingView 2 weeks. Here it is. Here's that link. 2 weeks. Just do it. All right. And then the thing is that if you're here, then you understand what harmonic signals, harmonic patterns give us. What I am doing with this time is to basically highlight the strategies, avoid the confusion, and pinpoint levels. Levels. The dot trigger on this, the way that we look at this, and it's the same for a 5-second, 5-minute, daily, weekly, monthly. Arrow, diamond, dot, and then the dot is as soon as that completes, you're looking for the entry on the next bar with a retest of that open. 625, 720. It was perfect. And we're looking for accelerated moves off of that. So far, Bitcoin's doing everything I have said it would do, just more quickly than I thought. And it's really frequent I say that. But the hop level, 68488. Off of that pattern, it's a relevant level. I've said that these formations, these looping, they go up and they come all the way down and they can't sustain. They break down on the trend and they just beg to be retested. Bitcoin now down 4,074,610. 68,488, kids. That's the number. Not to mention that we have this sloppy crab pattern where we kind of have a target too, and this is in a way off of last year's crab, believe it or not. It kind of is relevant. So the next step on this process was 77. The final step is 66 to 68, and you fail that area, that's how you get to 39. Yeah, that's a good one. I can look at those arrows. Like the question is, how do we look at these green arrows? Okay, in a downtrend, clear downtrend, because I agree. And it's been one of the things I've done the last few months of trying to clarify what are the most critical signals. And here, first, what's the last arrow, diamond, dot? Wherever that is. That's always a good way to go. Like, where's the arrow, diamond, dot? You're up here. Okay? I mean, you had one here, and then you put in a counter that said, all right, more time. We should have launched off of that signal. We didn't. And there's only two possibilities. So bang, all the way back down. If you're dealing with an arrow, you're in a clear downtrend, right? It could be a 30-second time frame on NASDAQ. You have clear signals. You're still down. You ignore them unless you have a pattern. You have arrow, diamond, dot on the flip side. Okay, you just let it fall. We have a pattern here. We have an arrow. Check it out. I mean, let me blow this up. Okay, we're here. We're checking this back now. All right, this is a first step in the process. The low is 74,544. Did we hit it? No, we didn't. We hit 583 so far. But that's just the first point. This is a minimum level, that XA at 77, and it's good to review this pattern for daily, or we treat it the same way if it's 30-second, 5-minute, whatever. There's the retest. It is a type 2 because it's a retest. And we know we need confirmation on that retest. So we pinpoint the trade opportunity between XA and hop level of where confirmation. What's confirmation? Well, arrow, ideally diamond, and then dot. I'll just take an arrow and a dot maybe. But that's how we know we're not even there yet. We're not there yet. I'm thinking that something's coming. Mark my words. Something is brewing that is not fully priced in. Who knew Jeffrey Epstein was going to be on the Bitcoin bingo card this year? I know he's not Satoshi, but hey, that's some real bad PR quick, and no one saw coming that he was involved with any of that. So just be aware. Things can change quickly. This is why we do harmonic patterns, measurements, framework. If you are new, please go back to like middle of October, and especially in November, when we were calling out the breakdown for what it truly was. Okay, and let me just kind of retrace the argument of where we were, that we were at a 1618 at 1025 last year over here. That was our initial target. And we said down to 76, that's a buy opportunity. We went back up to test the 1902 area, and right here at 111, I was like, okay, that's the launch pad. If we're going to 160, it starts from here. And we failed it. We failed it in October, under 107. Since then, I said first 93, which is there, and then 77. Take it in chunks. And last week, I was calling this confirmation out, that 97K was ugly. And now down 70 to 77, where's the final move? It's not going to be a straight shot, although a nice capitulation, something or other, black swan thing would get you down there pretty quickly. And I think that's how it could happen. But we're going to grind lower. And I've been saying under 69. I would say maybe under 68. A little better qualification where you could then price in or realistically say, okay, there's only 39K. So, and it would just be a repeat. Let me show you guys this. I mean, again, it was on X. There's the get the free trial, blah, 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 blah. Where are we in NASDAQ? NQ 366. I had 2 trades this morning. That's it. I won 1, I lost 1. And I've just and then I had to run out. Oh, wait a minute. Here's where I want to go. All right, yeah. Let's go here. Check out these charts, okay? So, first of all, I tweeted this back in October 7th, right? These were the crazy cycle dates. And on that day, that was the high. And that was from 2023. Somebody posted that. And they put that in 2023, and there's the cycle dates, guys. I mean, what do we need to do? If we're going to believe and promote the Bitcoin cycle, it's got to go both ways. I'm going to stick to this. 364 days gets us to October 5th. I didn't make the rules, but they're definitely playing out again. And then on a chart, here you go. This is a better one. Hold on. I just reposted that. There you go. That kind of illustrates it. Although that's not all 4 prior cycles, but there you go. It's uncanny, but we should not ignore it. And then the final piece, guys, of, all right, now let's bring the harmonic patterns into it. And what are the harmonics going to be? You know, because the harmonic patterns and the harmonic framework, what is going to be that ratio? And as I said, well, let's start here. Remember I said this last week, with one more capitulation lower, everybody and anybody would simply draw a trend line and say, well, I can't really argue anymore. It looks like that. Final piece. From harmonic pattern perspective, okay? And this is how we should be thinking on it. You should be, if you're not on my X feed, it's at Harmonic Trader. Get over there. But this is the precedent again. If the days, we're going to go with that daily cycle, that worked out, well, here you go again. XAB, cycle retracement, minimum 786. 2015. I did this last week. 786. 2019, 786. 2023. Any questions? Guys, it's not difficult. We just need to look for the rhyming, repeating ratios. Look at the markets proportionally and then tell me, how crazy is that? 2027. And that was at 88,000. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. But here we go. Look, all of those guys, nobody's doing, you got to understand, okay? We're looking at harmonic patterns. This is super niche. All right? People don't know harmonic. I mean, people know harmonic patterns, guys, but they don't really know about harmonic patterns. I mean, it's kind of a joke. And I don't care. Like, I'm glad we have a small crew here. I'm glad that we're, I don't do a lot of promotion. You guys know I throw it out there. The stuff is for free. Take advantage of it. But I don't do promotional emails for, hey, come get my free whatever. Not mass email, nothing. It's like I'll just post the stuff, let that talk for itself. Because what happens, especially with trading strategies, you either get it or you don't. And if you don't get it or harmonic patterns don't click, that's fine. But everyone else and the levels we discuss, it can't be ignored. Do this over and over again. 5-second time frame on NASDAQ. Boy, this is. Remember, my target I said when we started today is down here at 233. And let's see if we can get a jump on point. Let's see if we can make that happen. Was it RTH hourly? We're coming back. Yeah, 233 to 164. It's a full type 2 happening here. And we've been back to back. Okay? That's part of the remarkable thing. Back and forth and target here. And maybe as low as 25,053. I'm thinking if we fall apart, understand, a lot can happen in the next day or two. But these two patterns, and remember, this shark represents the low of 2026 so far. But we could come all the way back down 24,762. So understanding the framework, the type 1, the type 2, that's how we get there. Like here, reaction, all right, top out, little overspill, back down, reversal. I think, 233, that's 90 lower from current levels. Let's see what I want during our session today. Give me like arrow diamond dot. Let's see if we get that. The 30-second, that last bat pattern in 624. Now 322. I'm trying to be super disciplined and not chase anything. So only if we get that arrow diamond dot confirmation. Still lower. So what do you guys think, right? Is it crazy? Okay, I'm not gonna bring up that guy. I'm not gonna, no, because you know what? I know that dude. Look, guys, when it comes to harmonic patterns, there's been a lot of nonsense. A lot of people that have tried to run with it, and it's probably to my fault because I never did aggressive marketing on the whole thing. And that was 10 years ago. Yeah, I know that guy. He and his other associate, who those guys were kind of plagiarizing. I'll just say that. But I won't get into it. There's a reason why I came back. I was out of the industry 2010, 11, 12-ish, and then came back because there was so much nonsense going on. And those guys were nonsense, honestly. They taught pattern identification and did courses. They did like these $3,000 courses to teach you XABCD strategy, and they had no clue. And his one partner was saying that he invented the crab pattern. I don't know, man. Look, the best thing we can do is show it live, daily, weekly, 30-second time frame stuff. Here's a 5-second Gartley, but let's see if we get this. I'm looking for a trade. Let's get the type 1, and then because we're in a downtrend and my targets are lower, let it do this little scrappy bounce. Let's get some continuation signals. Send it back down and go. Oh, I'll show you this. This was my first post from this morning. Where was it? It was 988. Hold on. Where do we go? Here we go. Oh, this was was it even? It was this morning. There you go, 8:42 a.m. And I'll show you guys this. This was my first post of the morning. All right, 988. And that was at 8:42, right? Because that's a type 2 return. It was a type 1 reaction, type 2. So that was, what was that? That was a 5-minute. We didn't even get a type 1. But this was what set it off this morning. Nutso. Oh, it's all the way up here. Oh, and that was on extended hours. I still prefer, I think regular trading hours are best, but yeah. Now, look, when we play the return trade, that was posted here. That was 988. Do I know that it's going to completely fall apart? No. But you usually see it when you kind of collapse through and there's no confirmation there. And this was just an absolute disaster. Still going lower, 307. 233 is our target. Let's see here. Where are we in a 5-second? I need an arrow diamond dot. Trying to wait on it. That was a nice little flush there. What do you guys have? Let's look at a couple of yours. Rivian selling off. What happened there? Did Rivian get to 13? 1377, who loves you? Right? That's what we've been looking for, that for a long time. And here you go. Almost there. Why? It was a type 1 on excuse me, this Gartley. And remember, this is not to knock anybody. It is kind of become aware of your process. A lot of people were pretty hyped on Rivian when it cracked 20, 21. And I said, okay, this has got my attention, but I want to retrace. And first we were thinking 17. Why? It's just a reaction, but no confirmation. There's our trend line. So again, guys, give me oversold signals. Wait, be patient with it. Now we're down at 13. Does it still look like, is there an opportunity there? Not yet. It's getting there. We're not even oversold. We're in the weekly oversold right now. So be it. A couple others. Do I think it's going under 1377? Yeah, I mean, look, we could scratch 12-ish. The trend line is definitely in play. But we're still looking for this down pivot out. And that's going to need a couple of weeks. You're oversold. You're there. It's still going to be a few weeks away. Grab more leap calls. I would look. I see what you're saying. I just you're going to get drawdown. The comment was they bought more leap calls today. And I get it. I mean, look, you're contrarian kind of thinking to say, hey, it's down. This is a retrace opportunity. But I also am a big believer in development. Okay, individual development, where if you're looking for an opportunity, let's say you're looking to go long on the retrace, it's really common to get at least one green bar or wait for at least one green bar before jumping, because there's going to have to be a turnaround process here, and we're still in a downtrending move. Consider that. Hit the level, flip the price, the singular price bar at the level green, and then you have something. Yeah. Do you buy on weekly oversold, or you? Oh, definitely. That's a great comment too, Leaf. Yeah, and getting above the 50 on HSI is where acceleration truly can occur. Although, look, that signal, the comment is this. What about waiting for, let's say you wanted to buy long-term options on Rivian. Where does the real acceleration occur in price? It's not until you get to the 50 level. And that 50 level may occur at a slightly higher price than the low, but the acceleration, the direction, the character is up. And you're not doing drawdown. Drawdown sideways behavior is going to eat away time decay on options. I'd rather wait for accelerated moves. Like here, crack the 50 here, crack the 50 there. That's the kind of thing I could look for. And ideally after an oversold reaction, like, look, there's oversold. So let me see the F50 line. What happens there? Okay, bang. There you go. That has a little more something behind it. Sure, I can look at LAES. I'm not worried about it. You just, you're going to ride it for a while. A couple more. SMR. Yeah, I think we need to get those signals. SMR, we're waiting for 12, right? Yeah, this was 12. Again, another example of us saying love the retrace. And I still think this is something that's on a steady uptrend after kind of a big debut, so to speak. Like, okay, hey, SMR, it was $2, $1, $2. Big thrust up to 30, back to 12. That's huge, 60%. Up to 52, back down to 13. That's more like 78. But overall, you can say this thing is trying to do something special. And after the IPO and kind of some dead action for a while, like if this is going to be a larger price discovery candidate with the weekly pattern at 1232, I'd rather wait for it. It's kind of like it's like a stamp, a confirmation of the support at 1232. So 1232, I'm still waiting. You know, I see something on my screen here. It's very similar to SMCI. SMCI been begging this type 2 return trade at 22.27 for a long time. I mean, we looked at that all last year. And I was like, is this ever going to get it? Now you're, what, 5, 6 away? 6, 7 away? Couple more. ONDS. I don't know what that is. Drone stock. Okay, drone, way to go. The weekly, well, obviously, you had double dot at 23 cents. No, what was that, 80 cents? 60 cents at the low? Jeez. I need some of those. But daily, no. And in fact, here you go. Arrow dot diamond. I'm like I said before, we want to pay attention that these are important and usually accurate, spot on, overbought, oversold signals of confirmation. You would need to take it, give me a counter, a bullish signal somewhere. Don't have it yet. You just don't have it. You know, the last one was November, and boy, that was $5. Nice run. 5 to 15. 5 to 15. But that's why we do it. And I've said this over the last few weeks. Look, these stocks that kind of, they blast off and you're like, what the heck is this? Why is this running? They're going to do it. They're going to go, you know, price discovery phase, get on everybody's radar, but you wait for the retrace like that. That's kind of the prime example of, hey, it's not going to go straight up forever. And I guarantee you this is like a 2618. Maybe not. Maybe just, no, it's a 3. Look, all right, here we go. It's a 3618 off the last correction. All of this just, guys, the same properties, the same signals unfold. 3618, and then what's that? 50%? Was it 618 at the bow up? Perfect. Perfect 618. How do we know it's a 618? Well, you had a dot in that vicinity too. Wherever the dot confirmation is, link up with the level. Yeah. Couple more. LAES, guys. I know it's down off of, you know, 4 back to 4. It's all right. You know, we're still in this trend line. Could we get back to retest the bat and do the type 2? Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of looking for bigger development to adhere to the trend line. You know, maybe we get a check back at 387 or something. But I told you guys, this is a speculative play where you're looking for this to do crazy price discovery things after we finish the consolidation. It's like that. And then start to turn up. We're not there yet, but you're down there. I might add more. I'm still long. I haven't sold anything. You know, there's a couple plays like this that I'm looking. This is a quantum security. I'm looking for bigger turnarounds off of all that. A couple more. What's going on? PLG. What's up, Echo? That's another mining stock, and I think these are tradable. PLG here. And I'm not. I think these are going to get oversold again. So don't be dismissive on the miners. Look, no matter what, these prices for all the miners, if it's gold or silver, are still 50 to 100% higher than a year ago, 18 months ago. And so these miners are not priced accurate. They're priced on like $30 silver and like $3,000 gold. Platinum PLG, yeah, maybe that's a type 1 that's done, but I just don't have anything yet. Give me even if I was on a 4 hour, looking at a 4 hour, yeah, okay, I'll look at 264. But I need a dot, so that's going to probably be another day or so. Let's come back to this on Thursday. This would be a good return trade if I had a dot. 4 hour chart. 264, if we get the dot, maybe by Thursday, and then maybe start the return phase. It's all right. Couple more. Yeah, crazy dips. Well, we know what happened on HIMS. HIMS never triggered, never gave us that break above the 50, and now it's really sliding. And it's a prime example of us not giving us ideal turnaround, exhibiting. Here you go. We've been on the weekly chart for HIMS, guys. This is why we do confirmation, why it's so critical. We knew about the pattern, 32 to 34 generally. We had oversold readings on HSI. Check back, but we had no dot. We're still waiting on a dot. You need a bullish candle. Actually, there's the first one. That was a month ago, and we still have yet to put in that confirmation. And I would say at this point, I wouldn't even look at it till 2183. And maybe we get a hop test. But that's okay. I mean, again, the pattern is a starting point, it is a signpost of future price action, but without confirmation, it is not a trade. I'll look at 2183. And same could be said for Robinhood. Hello. Check out Robinhood. It failed its Gartley. You guys see this? Or it was a bat pattern. And we've been looking at 102 for something and 0. Look, the HSI arrow is always early. It's always early. And it's going to need the retest. And then you need some individual price action. We talked about that when we started today. All major moves typically are going to give you individual price action turnaround. In this case, we came back for the retest and dumped 87.45 hop level. I'd still look at it, but look, we haven't had one green candle since the breakdown. There's no action. Also, when you're assessing an opportunity like this, because there's a difference between type 1 reaction, type 2 reversal, okay, we expect or require yellow dot confirmation. Let's just, let's settle in. Again, I think, don't forget what Robinhood is coming off of. Robinhood did this. Arrow, dot, diamond. But where did it do it? Off the all-time price, there to there, 1618. That's what that is. That was 133. Bang, and now what? We're past 382 world. That was, we were talking about this a while back, that 1618 towards the end of the year looked like it was rolling over. Perfect. Guys, that was a perfect 1902. perfect. I mean, perfect, 1902. So what's the possible framework retrace here? If we're not stopping at 87, yikes. If you're not going to stop there, well, the 382 was 95, was there. It goes 382, 50%. Okay, that's like 78.80. And we build a similar zone, 79.80, 50, 618. That you build those two together. You put those two together. So that's like more like 78 to 65. Yeah, I think that's where that's going. And if we fail 65, forget about it. Something bigger is happening here. I don't like it. On the monthly, we're now under the 50 level. But we were under the 50 level on the monthly way back. What was that, December? Yeah, this happens, guys. Palantir. Somebody wanted that. I'm willing to look. Is Michael Burry going to get his 50 bucks? Because a lot of the similar monthly formations are going down here. Arrow, diamond, dot. Okay, got my attention. Palantir on the monthly. Can we at least get a 382? 382 is like 130. 50 to 618 is more like 106. So if we don't hold, just put this in your brain, all right, that we very much could get down to 130 now. Beyond 130 on Palantir, then you got problems. Daily, anything? You got a shark right off the top. Oh, look at that. Shark, hop level, 131. That's probably where we're headed. You do have an initial type 1. No confirmation here. I mean, that's another situation. This is a completed shark. But where's the trade opportunity? I need a yellow dot in here. No dot, no trade. Because we're triggering off of the dot in the zone. And the monthly looks, I mean, it's okay for Palantir. But again, development. We don't even have a green candle. And we're in the oversold on monthly. I agree that these retraces that are happening are going to set up the next oversold opportunities. And it's kind of coming together like it did last year. I don't necessarily want to see it retrace as hard as last year, but it's possible. Puts on Palantir, day trade it. Day trade. I mean, I would go shorter term puts, okay, because I do think that you're going to have volatile rallies. Like, you know, if you're thinking capturing something down to 130, and where's the next jump on point? You guys know I'm always talking like, where's the jump on point? And I'm going to say a lot of that has to do with time frame, because we're getting a number of these. Look, dot, bullish, diamond, bearish. So there on that first decline in early January, 166, 186, that's 20 points. Boy, if you were buying puts down here, that would be a lot of drawdown. But you're getting clear opportunities. The last one, dot, arrow, dot, diamond, perfect at 170. But if you were playing puts, I would be taking profits with a signal like that. Maybe we get another one in a couple more days. Arrow, diamond, dot, arrow, dot, diamond. That's been a game changer. I think so. Beyond 130, Wayne's saying you have 119. I think so. The shark would have to fail, and there's a lot of evidence here that suggests the shark is coming undone. A couple more. NNE, nanonuclear. Did we do anything there? Oh, shoulder, damn it. Nanonuclear. On the hourly, so-so. What's the daily look like? I always Look, the bigger swings and signals are coming off the dailies. Nanonuclear is the bat here. Retest the bat at 20 bucks. Currently 28. Also, if you go to the daily, just simply ask yourself, what is the last signal? Even better, what are the last consecutive signals? And I'll show you this. Here. All right, yeah, the shark all the way up here at 56. That was pretty prime. Run right into that. Can't get through 56. Start going down. But I would argue that this secondary signal, here's the top. And then you go oversold, dot, secondary dot. But those dots are lower than that dot. That's not as strong as looking at dot and then lower dot continuation. Okay, and we're already below this support. So you're not going to get a successively higher bullish dot signal just yet. This is still down. Still down. A couple others. What's Nvidia doing? Nvidia, same deal. Love the stock. Guys, if we get oversold on Nvidia, I'm going to tell you to load it up. But right now, we start off the year with daily oversold first day with a dot, and then we retest at 188, 190, and now we're 178. We're going to have to trigger something lower. And the trend line, our channel, come on back down. Let's hit it. And that's more like 170. The other thing, I said this a long time ago with Nvidia, that we were at a 1618 off of last year. And it's kind of like this. If just that last burst up to 210-ish, 212, there you go. It was a 1618, 1902 range. There and there was 1902 was what, 212, I think? 209, 210-ish. And so what do we do with that? Go to the 210 level and what's that, 382. Just off of that, 382 is like 155. That probably is lining up for that. Or get me oversold. You know, give me a weekly dot. Give me something, guys. That's the other part of the software. Okay? You don't have a signal. You don't have an opportunity. So there's zero reason to be in Nvidia looking long here until it triggers. Daily time frame is like that. Remember, I just said that. We had the big dot up here. So I'll look for pattern development. I'll look for some kind of signal. It's not there yet. Bitcoin's down 7%. What's up, Elon? Carson wants to look at Redwire, RDW, and that did a move last week, and right back. Oh, it was a type 1. Yeah, I do remember this. Type 1. What was the pattern? It was a bat at 839. Not the nicest of turnarounds because look what happened. Trying to keep it real. There's confirmation. Maybe take the first shot there, but you ran right into a counter signal off of that bat. And it got snuffed back down here. No signal there. That's a tough one, but it is still a type 1. 1356 was clipped. I got to think 839 is going to have to get retested too. Type 1, back for the 2. And off of the bat pattern, target 1's 917 as well. Yeesh. But I do like that. I like that because I think this thing is building. And if you look left, it's a nice, steady uptrend. You know, had the big kind of wake up move, come back. There's the first retrace pattern. Type 1. Let's get a type 2. Type 2 and then go. Yeah, but it's just lower. 839. That's just where the opportunity would be for me. Ideal. You got it. RDW did it with Katos, with Kraktos Defense. Yeah, that's cool. That was tricky off the bat. How do you know, though? I think it's more about management because that reaction just ran into the counter. The re-entry, tricky. And I'd call that out for real. I mean, I'm going to say that this is not this situation. Like, that's an easy entry. T1 dot base. Okay, blast off. But what happens is you run into counter signal HSI and says when you see that against a bullish pattern and then in the reaction you run into a red bearish signal, it means I want to test XA at a minimum. That's how you should treat it. But down here, there really wasn't much to go back in on it. That's the truth. But I'm still looking at it weekly. There's a weekly dot down there. Couple others. What's up, hot dog? Budweiser, Bud. Where are we with Budweiser? Hello. Check out Budweiser back at 73, guys. We had a big pattern at, yeah, look at that. The crab pattern off the top was 67. 49 to 67. Great. Wasn't there something bigger? Sure. Remember this. So type 1, type 2, 51 was the type 2. I'm impressed. But this thing, again, add a little realism to the whole pattern. All right, type 1. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I know who's dinging me. Sorry, guys. I got to move that. But here's the deal, okay? There's the type 1, no dot. But this shows us why. Why that retest. Like, you could have gotten back in here and been in this for 5 years before it does anything. Pick up a little dividend. But where's the point? Like, arrow, dot, diamond. Okay, where did it retest the dot? Not until there, and that was a year ago. I know we looked at this and we were kind of dismissive of it. Oh, this isn't going to do anything. It didn't do anything for 5 years. Now it's doing something. That happens. Realistically, you're going to hold on to that for years? Don't know. I got to look at NQ really quick. 272, guys. Come on. Are we got anything? You guys were supposed to keep me alert here. 30-second time frame. Nothing yet on the 30-second time frame. Oh, 322 was the type 1 target. Let's see if we get some. I really want to sell this down to 200, even 163. I love this, but here's a 5-second time frame, and yes, I look at that, but there was no dot. So again, I'm looking for an arrow, diamond, dot, because you get the retest. Not there, not there. But don't ignore these diamonds, guys. Now down 595, 600. Here we go. 250. We're going to get 233 coming up. Yeah, I think even lower. Oh, boy. And there's the 30-second. Crushed. Crushed. A couple more. Let's look at, there was a few more. Yeah, that monthly crab on Budweiser. Nice. What about PayPal? A couple other ones. PayPal's like this. $41 on PayPal. But that has not been doing anything for a while. Hold on. Yeah, remember that? What happened to PayPal? What's this going to go bankrupt? Because look at the monthly chart. This is just bonkers. That is that's horrible. All-time low is down there at 30 bucks. I got nothing for you. I mean, absolutely nothing. What a mess. Also, look, shark at the hop. Nada. Nothing. Man, maybe we need to be looking at this pretty hard. All of them. Remember, we talked about Microsoft last week, and here we are. We were looking for the 380 level, 375, and now look how much farther we are. And that's 375 is the target for Microsoft. Something else, huh? Don't get me started. MicroStrategy. Guys, I'm calling it $65. That's all I care about. It's an all-time reset bat pattern. It's over. $65. That was 75. Down 9% today. Not a biggie, but whatever. I've been saying this for months. Coinbase, 150 target, now 174. Look at that. I'm really wondering, guys. Right? Target 2, type 2, target 2. Coinbase, 150 minimum. I'm thinking lower. Again, I think part of it is because of what I went through when I was locked out and I had a huge amount of money on there. And it was like I was completely in disbelief. Where are we? And ever since then, I'm just like, I moved my money off of there. You're just sailing through the all-time 618. Guys, full 886 reset for Coinbase is down there at 75. Brutal. A couple others. Netflix. Did we generate anything? Probably not, right? No green bars. This is not what you're supposed to do. Down 250. Nothing, guys. I mean, the last time Netflix, check this out, okay? Last time Netflix had a major fall. You go all the way back. It was 2022. Pretty remarkable. Basically 70 down. Oh, that was amazing. Down to 17. Probably an 886. But even on the way down, where were the first dots? Didn't come in till like 35, 36. And where's Diamond Dot? Not till there. Well, I'm going to think that. Maybe this is worse than I really presumed. Maybe we are into a bad, nasty retrace that basically started a week ago. It looks like it. I don't know. Apple still hanging up there. But Apple was at the top end of its channel, right? Hold on. Apple's still up there. Yeah, but we said this was overbought. Look, top end of the channel, right? That was 280. You're bouncing back up, but the low end of the channel is like 230. I wouldn't worry about that too much. And in fact, you kind of want to pray for a channel retest. Get the lower channel tested, and then resume it. And we've been saying that for weeks. So not a biggie. The buy is 230, not 270. That's all right. Couple more. Uranium, URA. Did we trigger the oversold? No. Global uranium, well, that was a type 2 month. That's kind of crazy. Have we looked at this before? On the monthly chart? Yeah, I still like these. I like the miners. I like uranium. What did we do? Maybe I'm confusing this with something else. Weekly oversold was beginning of the year. I don't have a lot to go on here. Probably overbought on the daily. Oh yeah, okay. It was a type 2, almost perfect type 2 on the weekly. Or the daily. Sorry, uranium's like this, guys. Did we clip? Why didn't that print? 49.50. Oh, and 49.66. So we didn't. It's not really a type 2. At the moment, all I can say is, look, overbought signals here. So I would look for this to come in lower. Gotta just let's be patient on it. Come back down. You had this was clear type 1 action. Look, there was the retest right around Christmas, and then back down. So be it. I mean, nothing changes. Where's Bitcoin now? 7% lower? Let's see. Yeah, oh, jeez. I got it off 675. 73, guys. Again, as we started with today, the number is not 73. The number is 68, 69, 68, and you're there. Hop level is 68,488. So there you go. And you know what to do. You know what to expect. Like if we fail this at 68,488, it's only 39K. That's it. I just couldn't be clearer on that whole scenario. A couple others. Let's see what this is. Really quick. Ethereum, guys. Let me finish the crypto. Finish it off. I've been saying 27 and then 2K. We're there at 2K. Blew right through. And 2012, 2012. It's a 2K retest. And that's it. What is possible here and what we should be thinking about, I posted this a few days ago. The thing about the weekly retracements on Ethereum, every dot on the weekly bullish played out, and especially dot diamonds are super aggressive signals. So you go back, dot diamond. Remember, the diamond, we only brought this in a few months ago. So I'm still seeing relationships, kind of the emphasis of areas with the proper confirmation. Arrow dot diamond, arrow dot go, arrow double dot go. We have an arrow, and let's break this down on Ethereum. Like let's say you're Eric Trump, or let's say you're Tom Lee, and you're down 10 billion with an average Ethereum price of 3,900. I wouldn't be buying any more until I would get a dot. And what needs to happen with a dot, you need 2 green candles for the week, 2 weekly bars. I would even say at this point with such an aggressive breakdown, obvious green bar retest is like 1575. There's nothing here. And I'm going to go really serious, severe. XRP, guys. XRP might end up being the biggest fugazi of all. XRP 155. What are the patterns looking left? Forget everything that we hear about it, everything that all these people talk about. Where's the pattern? What's the number? If it's a type 1, which it is, where is the type 2? Is this one of these boink and a looping type 2s. I don't care where the price is. Fundamentally, the framework, think framework. Type 2 is 31 cents. Now, I've been calling this out since the breakdown at about 260 and the scam wick. And it is a scam. Whatever this was told me at that point it was not a stable market, and I was long a shitload. Okay, I was watching the screen with a large allocation of XRP thinking, ho, 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 we're going to keep going up, we're going to keep going up. And when it flash crashed down here, I said to myself, I will never put myself in this situation again in such an asset class. And I was lucky. I'm going to say it right now. I was lucky to get out on the rebound. And since then, down. There's nothing here. I don't care what people say. I don't care how many Black Rocks of the world say they're buying it. I don't have signals. Harmonic is saying lower, Scott, and a lot lower. Minimum levels, guys, even off of this, if I'm looking for any kind of a, I don't know, 1618 throwdown type of move, I could possibly, just guesstimating here. Like if it's going to be a defined kind of extreme 1618, we hit that. That was back on that flash crash low at 85, 90 cents, something like that. XRP's in big trouble. And I'm going to say that if we get down to 31 cents, I'm not going to be surprised. And I'm not going to buy it there either. I'm done. I am done. Done with this asset class. These are that's major market capitalization getting obliterated. We were 200 billion at the top, guys. Now it's 93 billion. What's this thing worth? 10 billion? Maybe? One or two more. Just so I'm really clear, especially new folks, of what my take is on these major crypto. Solana. I want to tell you right now, 47 first. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's not 12. Well, that one's 12. And I'll get to that in a second. This one, no, come on, get the right data feed. That's the other thing that always drives me crazy with this. The right data feed or whatever. Come on. Hold on. Solana. There you go. Bat pattern. Now, I've been talking about really since last summer the fact that the type 2 that got hit up here at 227 it just slammed into a wall and started rolling over. And I've been saying 105 had to get tagged before we can assume this is over. There's no dot here, no turnaround. And that's okay because we're going to know in another few days, certainly by next Tuesday, is this going to go do a looping retest to 47? It is that vulnerable. It's that vulnerable. And why wouldn't we get back-to-back-to-back patterns? XABCD. Let's trace it out. XAB is at a 707. Not really nice. But even if it was kind of this abnormal XABCD structure, where does that put you? Where's the 886? It's 40. It's way down there. This is happening now. Really happening now. Yeah, a couple others. I'll get to that one. I'll get to NQ little bounce. Oh, nice. Let's see it. NASDAQ's up 100 off of that. Guys, were we at 233? That's the problem. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Check it out. 233 was our number. No confirmation there, but look, we hit it. Amazing. 233 was this, folks. Well, the hourly there. Retesting the bat. No. It was RTH, regular trading hours, bat pattern. There you go, 233.75. So we hit that. We bounced. It's a nominal bounce, not a biggie. I still think we'll come back. We would need confirmation down here. So that little bounce off of 233, that's nothing. Can we get a little, there's a 5-second dot. Little shark overrun. Can we get something? Yeah, because where are we at with this? There's the dot. All right, we just crossed the 50 line all the way over here on Amplified. Maybe now it starts. What's the 30-second look like? Okay, 30 seconds sky high overbought right now. But let's see if we get, that's a better situation. Can we got the first counter arrow, and let's retest this somewhere up here around 39ish. Looking for all the way back down. Thank you, Carthago. Carthago's saying that they passed the spending package. Don't really care. I mean, I hear you. I appreciate it. But all of the government noise, news, turn it off. I mean, just let's go off a framework, guys. Go pure harmonic. Wait for the signals. You know, for me, NASDAQ has already failed the daily trigger at 530. So it's important that we pay attention to this thing. Getting an arrow, got a diamond. Can we get a dot? We haven't had one in the whole afternoon. Hold on, let me see. Not a single, not in this downtrend. The last one was over here. Arrow, diamond, dot, trigger off the dot, 624. We might get another one, but it's probably closer to 39. Keep an eye on that. Look, I'll go through. You guys have a couple more. Thank you, Saints. Thank you, Crypto. Appreciate you guys. Can we look at BTC 3-day? It's showing some patterns. Yeah, in a minute. Turn on a minute. A couple more. Let's see. Keep an eye on this. This would need, here's what we need. Retest the high immediately. This is for right now. Retest that high at 334. Here you go. You're going back up. And I think you probably get a dot up here pretty soon. There you go. 339-ish. Come on. Get to 339 and then give us a dot. Couple more. And you look for a dot. Let me know. IWM. Yeah, the Russell. I'm not too concerned about that. We have bat patterns up here, remember? We've got some patterns, but the same thing with Russell. This is a lot like Apple. I'm not too concerned about the trend channel. I think this retrace that's going to set up for us will give us the continuation, but it's just lower. Some of these are definitely doing major resets. Others like this, you're in the channel. You could come lower. You could go like 3 to 5% lower, and then bounce off the lower channel. And I don't, for now in the short term, yeah, we got to look below a little bit. But the larger channel, that's since August. We've been here before. 25,219 for NQ. I don't know. A couple more. Venom, VNMOM. Viper Energy. Viper daily. What do you know on this? What do you know? I like what's kind of taking shape here. Daily, weekly. Okay, yeah, another candidate here trying to go higher, stronger price discovery. You know, you had that nice surge up last year, retrace it, just nothing at the moment. But that's okay. I mean, that's all right. I like that. What's going on there? Give me a signal. The daily, yeah. I would say this comes back down. Back to the 30 or 41 currently. Not ready to just give it up, but all right. PLG above the 50 on hourly. Okay. Don't have anything on PLG just yet. We looked at that. REI. Oh, I love these dollar ones, don't you? Still needs some time. But, you know, some of these dollar penny plays have been tempting. I'd say go to the weekly. What do you have? A whole lot of patterns down here. Hop level is 170. This is ring energy. I don't know what it is. Integrated oil. Um, it's as interesting. That's interesting. I would say break it on a at some point down here. You're below the 170 level. Maybe it's like 90 cents. You got to play it off the 4-hour pattern. It's not there yet. It's, you know, bucking two patterns. Damn, there it goes. Hold on, guys. I just see the NQ. Hold on. Dot, diamond, bingo, bingo. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, let's go. I'm just going to hit that high. Where's that? The number is 345. Get to the 50 level. Come on. What's the prior high? 57. All right, let's see if we get this. Where'd it go? Where's my screen? Oh, hold on, guys. Don't get away from me. Hold on, 345. Oh, go to a 5-second too. We're right in that zone. We're looking for this to roll over. Hold on. Down, back down. Come on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a second. I can't even set that up. All right. I'm in on there. Let me go stop. Hold on. I gotta set this up. Where did I get filled? Hold on. 47. Hold on. Let me bring this over. Come on. 1 second, guys. What happened here? Sorry, I got stopped out at a break even. Damn it. Sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. 345 was it. Let's see if we go one more time. Bummer. 345 was it. Sorry, I had my screen not right. Let me do it again. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, not gonna get it. Hold on. I completely whiffed that. I had it in at 344.75 and then bumped the stop too early because I didn't put my, come on. Sorry guys, I didn't have my screen set up properly, but there it is. That was the call. Arrow dot diamond. Bang, send it down. There was my trade. That was perfect too. Let's see if we get one more. That was dumb. I had entered and I did not have my preset stop loss in on the screen, and I didn't have my dome here showing you guys. So I put the stop. I was up like 5 points, put the stop loss. It took me out, then it dropped 60. It happens. Let's do it. Let's go again though. I'll just do a next jump on point. Because I do think 233 gets tagged again. Hold on. Brutal. Let's go again. 5-second time frame. I'll tell you what, this will be good to watch this. We got this crazy pattern. Sometimes these patterns work to your advantage because you know they're failing. So can we get a dot, or can we even get a target one and then send it down again? Even if I was in on that, stayed in on that 45 short, I'd be out with that kind of signal. You had an arrow dot diamond on a 5-second at 85. So you're done with it. And now you're trading 95. And that's the goal. When you're super short-term trading like that, you're taking segments and you bail. Say pop 15 already. So that's a huge percentage of the move from 45 to 85. You've already given back 20. Let's see if we can get one more. Hold on. A couple more. Here we go. Yeah, right back to T1 again. We'll get another shot. This is really geared towards the short-term style of scalping for prop firm, what have you. And I'll just show you guys where I'm at with my other accounts here. Hold on. Give me something. Give me something. Man, the arrow dot diamond has been a beauty. It really is. I mean, precision entries. Just like that. Let's do it again. Let's hang on. 228. We're going to go a little longer today, so settle on in, guys. I might get a refresh of the coffee. I'm willing to try to see if we get to the close. We talked about the major markets. We talked about Bitcoin. Really just about ready to do the swan dive to the numbers. I do want to show you guys one other possibility on Bitcoin. All of these are much, much lower. Kind of crazy lower. All right, arrow diamond. Can we get a T1? Tag T1 at 330? That's where I'd want to see it. And what I'm referring to is the return trade, okay? And I showed you guys on a 5-minute how that works. Basically, the framework is reaction up, then return for the retest, but we got to hit target 1 here at 330 to have that happen. Hold on. Coffee up. That's right. Let's go. Rigetti, when will it paint that pattern on the daily? Not until terminal bars. What's up, Produce? Produce says he passed 2 evaluations on Apex today. Great. You know what? I like Apex because I really like the wealth charts. I'm not crazy about the... There you go. See, here comes 30, kids. Still waiting for it. We're not... You know, that gets slammed. Did we get that? 324 yet so far. But either way, I would be out of that short from way back here already. You're not riding that. I mean, old Scott would ride that, but with the consistency rule, you can't let that size of a retracement happen to you. You'll clip that 30% retracement roll. Holy sh! Let's see if we get it. This is the one thing about doing this as a show. It's already, you have to be on top of your game when you're doing it alone. But my screen, I wanted to drag over the screen. I didn't click the right stop. Let's get one more opportunity though. 30-second time frame is like this, guys. I don't see this stopping. I mean, 224 is the low. Let's see. What else you guys? Adobe. I'll look at that. Let me bring up a separate screen so I'm not flipping back and forth here. Hold on, another charting screen, and if we get that set up, I'll go. But either way, guys, you see the level of precision that we have with framework and dot triggers, diamond dot triggers, and the rest of them that are selling off. If we don't have oversold confirmation, you got to wait on it. Check out Adobe. Man, new lows. And look at Adobe. Not new lows, 5-year lows. Really quick, here's Adobe, guys. Weekly chart. It's a bat pattern, no confirmation, so what do you know? You wait. I think hop level at 223. That is something else. What's that? Stitch Fix? I thought they went bankrupt. SFIX. 424 bucks. Yeah, low floater. Not bad. I mean, trend-wise. What's your last? Yeah, this was one of those concept stock things. Formerly 60, 80 bucks. I do like this arrow diamond dot coming in around 325, but you'd have to sit on that for a long time. Couple others. Rigetti, RGTI, IONQ, down. Rigetti, wasn't there? Oh, there was that counter arrow at 26. Where are we on this? Are we're breaking that trend line? I need a confirmation there. I don't know. IONQ. That was it's a bearish crab at target 2, right? Oh, we're back in the crab. Okay, again, shark on IONQ. We've been looking. I've been thinking this was going to go do the return phase, but no confirmation. That's a, you know what? 38 bucks. I'm looking for confirmation there because I know we are oversold finally. Look, HSI hitting today. So maybe start looking tomorrow. There's the 30-second. Let's look at the 5. Keep it on the 5-second for NQ. If we had arrow dot diamond right there, I would say just click it on a 5-second time frame because we know lower high, lower signals. Sheesh. Let me go back one or two more. Quantum or D-Wave. 20 bucks. We're back in these sharks. But the thing is we're oversold now. Look tomorrow. Look tomorrow on those. I mean, you are a secondary shot here. I still have some of that. So I'm not happy about it. No. That's INOQ. IONQ. Yeah. And the other one is Quantum QBT. There's a pattern at 8. Hold on. Hold on. QUBT. We're 9. Where's the pattern on this one? Hold on. What I thought this was QUBT was one of the ones. Oh, it might have been a 4-hour. QUBT. Yeah, it was is 9:53. So you've got a couple of things, but I'm going to be boring and just say give me the dot. Wait on the dot. So it's somewhere down there. Yeah. A couple more. Oracle. Yeah, man, Oracle got crushed at 170, now 150. What I really thought that 170, 180 level. Oh, I see what happened. We had a counter signal last week on a dot. I haven't looked at this in a while. 183. Yikes. Was that what I think it is? I'm not. Look, this is overdone. So, but it is on the long-term uptrend. You go back 3-4 years, I'm okay with that. I mean, Oracle, this is an opportunity coming in. And I'm not too concerned about that. You'll get the trigger. I think the only thing I really need to see, yeah, you need this kind of turnaround. HSI on the weeklies like this. When's the last time we've been above the 50 level? And it's good to eye this up daily, weekly. You can't expect price to be trending in the up direction until you're above the 50. Last time we had that was off the low in 2025. So we're still down. It's got more work to do. Yeah, last time we cracked 50 was there at 167. And there's another arrow dot diamond. Let's see if we get that. NASDAQ, NQ. All right, coming back up here. We're in a 5-second, really nice Gartley. I'd look for that immediate return here. There's the dot. I'm going to have to just do it. Where's that? The trigger on that? Not fast enough. It's 92. Let's see if we get it. 92. Come on, and put one at 90. I'm going to put there. All right, I just got 2 filled. Hold on, I gotta move this quickly. Oh, you bastard. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to do a scalp, and I don't even have you guys in there. Hold on. Let's go again. Let's do it this way. I gotta get that screen set up. So that whole time I was there. Ay, come on. It happened again. Hold on. I had 2 and I got stopped out again. I didn't have the screen. Let's see if we get it right there. I'm looking for this to retest that resistance for the return to 72. Did I miss you? Did I miss you? I missed it. I did it again. Son of a bitch. Normally when I'm not doing a broadcast, I don't have to worry about this. There's another scalp. Type 2 return, guys. 92 was the number. And I dropped another 20. Let's see if we do it again. How do I do my stops? My stops are like this. In no way am I ever thinking that this is going more than 10. Oh, I still, wait, I still had some, see, I'm not paying attention, and I had some prior limit levels from the stops that were pre-programmed. So that should be, that shouldn't be 73, that should be 43. Basically a scratch more than 10 points. And then I'm immediately, if I'm right and I'm at a proper trigger, like that was a right trigger, we should not be screwing around. And so you get the retest. As soon as I get some distance between myself and the trigger point, I'm bopping in a break even. So it immediately goes from 10, because I really, if I'm right, I'm not going to overshoot 10 points on a dot, especially a return trade like that. And we went back for the return trade. So here, there's the dot. It's a T1 dot. I know it's, and I'm targeting for the return to 72. So here at 92, I'm thinking 72. I like that. Maybe it's a 2-to-1 with a 10-point stop, but that's manageable. And once I get the retest, I hit it here. We were at 95, and then it just scratched me back. I wasn't able to move that. All right, here's another diamond dot. Can we get that? Where's the retest on that? It's open bar trigger is like 90-ish. And I'm still looking for that back down. All right, hold on. I'll go 92 here. All right. So, oh, probably we're going to get stopped off. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Now I'm going to go back to break even. If this rolls back down for me, there. Okay, now I'm in risk free. And it's going to probably stop me out. It's all over the place. I'm looking. Come on. I'll take a secondary shot here. Break it down. Break it down. Break it down now. Hold on. This is scalping specifically. And so I'm willing to get stopped out taking shots here. I'm looking for 72. There you go. Up 300. I should be flattening it out. Did you guys see that? All right. When we're crazy like today, that happens. I probably should have just been, I was up like 300 in an instant. I should have been just stopping it out. But I'm really trying to explain what I do as I go along there. There you go. There's your move. What a bitch. Let's try it again. I am not really happy with what's happened so far, but there you go. There's 72. That's the third time this has happened today. So be it. Look, this is, I was telling my crew yesterday, this is what I've been wanting to do for a long time. I just have not been physically ready to do so. Okay, if I was in that trade, I'm looking to get out already. I take it from one signal to the counter, but it definitely helps that return trade, guys. You can find opportunities there. You can use the pattern, especially if you have no confirmation, for the return move. That's what's going on. I think this goes lower. I'm going to get one more setup. Why wouldn't I buy the type 2? I don't have a dot. And I don't have diamond dot. And the trend, we're down 580. So I'm favoring the short side. You know, a rally, get oversold here and hit it again. Yeah. No, guys, this is where look, 2026 is going to be the year where we kind of bust out the futures trading on harmonic patterns. And we show you with the software. And it is that precise. So what? I got perfect entry. I got stopped out on the micro retest. But if I'm continuing to frame out the trades consistently, accurately, I have a high level of confidence. I got an arrow diamond dot. I'm looking on the check back, ready to play it down. that I know up here at 92, I'm looking for 72. Okay, then that segment is real clear for me. Now 62 or 58, but the high probability segment is 92 to 72. I can get that. The rest is gravy. And it should be that fast. I mean, maybe what I should have done is kept in the 10-point stop loss and then triggered it down. What I was looking for on the other screen that I had was an early breakdown on 50. This is insane because it's a 5-second chart. So for some of you, it's going to be too fast. But go to compare that with 30-second time frame. Not much here. A 30-second time frame, something else. Look, if you guys want to get with it, just where is it? Come on. Oh man, hold on. Here, where'd you go? I'm bringing it here. Let me see if I get one more setup. I mean, we've always come in here to talk longer term stuff. Let's do it immediate with this micro patterns. New folks, especially, you guys want to do this. There's two ways to do it, all right? Send your TradingView username to HPC at sr-analyst.com. Get with the software and start following it. The other thing I would say that I'll start adding a gold membership. Like, I don't care if you guys want to DM me on Discord and you want to check out what we do on Mondays, and I'll probably start adding Wednesdays to that where we do 2 dedicated sessions. Hit me up on the Discord. All right, and I'll add you to the group for 30 days. Go here. It was too fast. That's fast, but that's how it should be. Join me on the Discord. Hey, if somebody wants a 30-day trial, everybody but Greg, put in HPC 30. And the other thing is we did add, so I added a discount as well. So get there, HPC 20 is the new 20% discount code. So if you want to get with that, go there. Okay. Get with the program there. Hold on. Oh, that's wrong. 255. Let's see if we can get one more before we get out of here. 30 seconds like that. So we're a little oversold at the moment. Again, these dot diamond are just spot on. And I'm looking for stuff like that. In an aggressive downtrend, every time we get these big oversold little intraday rallies, that's all they have to them. What else? S&P is a little bit different. It's the same strategy, but instead of points, I would look at ticks. Like NASDAQ would be 10 points. For S&P, I'd be like, more like 10 ticks. Expect that area. Here you go. 30-second time frame. Arrow, dot, diamond. There's the dot. 69.16. You retested it. Okay, again, thinking reaction trades. There. Oh, I'm at 10 points. S&P points. That's insane. So there, the red line goes on automatically. That was 16. The high was 18 and then slammed down. I focus mostly on NQ, although I should be looking more at S&P. And I'll say it this way as well. I mean, this might go lower, but look, your job is to trigger in that area. Arrow, diamond, where's the next dot? There. And you throw down for 10 points. Okay, you might see a big candle like that and say, all right, this is really going to tank. But you can take it to whatever counter signal. Arrow. okay, or a dot or something. Like you throw it down, you're up 10 S&Ps, and then you get an arrow, and then you're up only 5 S&Ps, or no, this was actually 15 high to low, but you get 10, take it. These are for scalping. So, and the rest of this, that doesn't, it means nothing to me. This is the segment. And let's go back to NQ. I have not really clicked too many buttons on S&P. Not really trading it. I'm trading NQs. Nothing there. 30-second, nothing there. 5-second. And 5-second is something where you want to see patterns in action. Spend a couple days looking at that. There you go. Maybe 64. So I talk for a second, I get off track, and that was probably another jump on point. 64 to 40. Boy. What's going on with this market? Down 600. Should I stay on for power hour? Are you guys around here? Let me know. I kind of would like to maybe just jump on here. I'll give it another 15 minutes. We'll go 10 minutes. I'll go to the top of the hour and we'll see what happens here. Remember, we're still talked about this situation that we're begging this retest and down here. Like I'm playing for 164, and I'll say this. 047 or 053 are legitimate possibilities for the next 75 minutes. Just give me a spot. You come in here 5 seconds. There's nothing yet. Tesla, guys. Well, Tesla's been that type too. We talked about this. Love Tesla. I think Tesla goes to 800 someday, but we're still dealing with the weekly type 2 crab where we're coming off of it. The daily's like this. There's nothing here yet. And we could go to 372. The dot here, we've held this dot, arrow diamond dot. But that's a dud. How do I know? It's beyond like 10 bars. Arrow diamond dot, you retest it, you should go from there. It's not like this. So I'm just not crazy about it yet. There's another blast up to 70. We'll get something. I mean, that's half the battle. You're sitting there in front of your screen. I don't care what methodology it is. A lot of times people are failing because they simply are not going, they're not waiting for their setup. They see the market moving like, all right, I got to get in on this. Oh, it's too good. It's absolutely going down. I'm just going to sell it wherever. And then you get slammed with like a 50, 80 point counter trend rally, only for it to give you ideal continuation signals. Didn't we do PSLV? Hold on. I don't remember that. I think from last week, but PSLV is like this. Wasn't that a low floater kind of a deal? Oh no, this was that's something else. That's the Sprott ETF. Yeah, silver is just, we're looking for oversold signals. I mean, I think we were looking at SLV. SLV was at 70 something. 75-ish. There you go. Okay. We're going to get something there. We're still higher. Let that come up. Which is, I think it's hard to believe that the market, you get into a market like today, you're down 600, and you're thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to keep selling it because it's going to keep going down. Um, you get these ripping 100-point counter trend rallies, and then they get exhausted. Those are even better setups than the morning. I mean, geez, that 988 down to 240. That happens all the time. Listen, you're like for me, I was looking at 988 up here on ETH. Yeah, it was all, I mean, amazing. That bat, now we're all the way back down. 306. Okay, that's a nice bump. All right, come on up. Did we get a pattern? The 30-second time frame. Still nothing yet. Like that would be, let this thing pop up and get overbought, and we'll try to hit it again. One or two more. I'll do a couple others, and then we'll just kind of focus on this, see if we get one more set up. What about Unity? I don't know what that one is. Unity software. Garbage. That's down big today. What's here, though? Well, it's not like you didn't have some things popping. Unity software. What is it? Crab. Not a perfect type 2, but almost close. But again, here's the thing. And I'm really happy with the advancements we made on the software. Even if you're in doubt with a pattern opportunity, here's another arrow, diamond, dot. It's like, hey, pay attention to me. And that's up at 48. I don't have anything to offer down here other than you're at target 2. No long opportunity. Not there yet. But this is where, if you understand basic pattern framework and you run into like double pattern structure like this with perfect bearish confirmation, you got to say to yourself, this is due for a retrace. Do I know that it's going all the way down to 25 bucks? Not really. I mean, 31, target 1 might be a possibility, but you're 48 here. Maybe 48 to 39. Not a surprise. All right, here, arrow. Can we get a diamond? Can we get a dot up in here? Another possible looping. This is an example of a 30-second time frame. Deep crab, go all the way up, well beyond target 1. How do you know? I mean, I've been thinking a lot about this. I should do maybe separate sessions, like this session's all type 1 trades. This session's all type 2. What do we need to see? This session's type 2 return setups. This would be a return setup, but I need, look, there's T1. 242, you had perfect dot confirmation. Your target is 262. But it hits target 2. It's not ready to roll over yet. There's no bearish trigger. There's no dot. There's no nothing. Listen, if it's going to plow through the target, it's going to be obvious like that. And it's all the way up here where, all right, maybe we'll get something in about 60 seconds. I need 2 bearish candles here. And if anything, are we arrow, diamond, dot? Not yet. Still needs a little time. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Oregon? Love Oregon. Great to see you, Matt. Welcome. A couple others. I'll do a couple more. I'm riffing. Coffee's kicking. AI? Isn't that CXAI? Jeez. Bye-bye. I guess that's busted. I haven't looked at that in a long time. No, thank you. What a disappointment. HYMC, is that that's the metal, right? Hycroft Mining, up 5. Big chart, big turnaround. Oh yeah, I remember this. It was a crazy long-term extended. I don't, I can't really offer it. Going to 70 probably. Oversold down here. Pull it on a 4-hour, pull it on an hourly and like trade it. Got an arrow. That's the starters. Maybe Thursday. I mean, I get what you're saying. The hourly is even better. Oh, check that out. There you go. HYMC. We're in business, folks. I like that. That's what you want to see. And it's generated, look, the T1 and the arrow and then the dot with the diamond. Oh, man, did I miss it? Guys. The dot here was 18. And we're looking for 42. Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on. I get off on these stocks. All right, I'm not going to, I'm done with stocks. I'm done with symbols. UPS monthly, I'll just wait on it. We can maybe come back on it Thursday. I missed that 18 entry. And that's the other thing about you're going to do this. We have to hunker down. You can't miss it. There's UPS. Your monthly bat pattern is just breaking out now. There's, oh, that's the wrong one. Right one. Monthly UPS. That's a turnaround. Plenty of time on that. I'm not, you want to buy it, you're not going to get hurt, but you might retrace. Not yet. Bummer. I'm looking for 42. Let's see if we can get it. I don't know if I'm going to get a jump on point. I'm trying to perfectly line all this stuff up. 30-second directional pattern, a little 5-second trigger. Even that 5 wasn't that great. That was like 11. You went to 20. Man. Yeah, I want a perfect setup. And let me just stay on that chart. FTX, is HYMC a buy right now? It's probably a reaction, 38 to 45. It's nice. It's got everything. Let's keep it on there. HYMC. Yeah, the weekly's crazy. It's on an hourly chart, by the way, for the HYMC setup. You're 40 bucks. XA is 36-ish. Oh, I would love to scalp that 87-ish, but I'm only interested in shorts right now because of those bigger numbers. Here, let's make that super huge. And again, I'm thinking 40, guys. I'm thinking 40 or 44 retest. It's this. It's 42 to get back to that XA level. Right now, a little counter signal. HYMC is like this. And so look for that. It's a type 1 only. So yeah, I think it's up. I think it's up now and 44.74. The Sprott deal is HYMC. That's cool. I don't know. I'm talking framework. That's it. Give me something. Give me. The 5-second, I could theoretically say that I should be selling right here. 92. What's the immediate high? I would risk like 4 points if I'm going to try that. 5 points there. All right. Dog and pony show. Let's go. Where's my screen? Let me see here. Can we get, now we're retesting that. Can it roll over? Let's see. Not yet. Even if I was trying to scalp it, I'm not going to go against this 50 level. Look what's I'm looking for the retest here, but how do I know not to go? Look, HSI is at the 50 level. We talk about that all the time, daily, weekly, blah, blah, blah. Same deal. Now it's starting to roll over, trend down. Amplified, not yet. Amplified too, above the 50. So we still consider that on like a micro time frame is going higher. I'm not going to fight that. All right, there you go. There's a little cross down. Can we break it? And yeah, the number is 92, really. Nope. Back up on the 50. This is not my ideal setup, by the way. I would prefer a little diamond in between there. So, all right, I did nothing. Wait, I'm waiting. We'll get one more. It's 3:07. Got an hour left. I am thinking a dump. Can we dump this down to the close? Like overshoot it here. Get up. Go. There's our 5 minute. 5 minutes, got to retest that arrow at 225. That's one thought. The other is the big hourly 4-hour structures. You know, some big bat patterns, just kind of laying out what's the rationale to be still calling for this to be lower. 4-hour shark, 113 is like 163. Interesting. Definitely support down here, but I would think that needs more work. And you just came back, clipped the HSI. That's at 233. There's that 233 number. Let's see. There's a rollover. Come on. Again, I really want a perfect setup for you guys. I'm not going to randomly click something. I think it's going lower, but what I'm trying to demonstrate is the absolute precision continuation signal to jump on it. 30 second, just put in another. See, that for me then clues me in that, hey, this return is becoming more and more likely. That was at 301. Remember, type 1 is like that, and it's a reaction. And we can get these that go all the way up, and it's a delayed confirmation, and then all the way back down. And that's what we're thinking, but I need give me an ideal. Even on a 5 second. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. What else? Access the Discord here, Eric. And actually, I posted the recording of what we did on Monday. Normally that's gold people, but the trade, that live trade was in there too. And is it going to be a real focus for me going forward, guys? I do think I will expand it, you know, where we do more of this on these shows towards the end. Like, let's do a market update, and then let's see if we can hit an opportunity or two. But I don't know exactly when the setups are going to come to where I say, all right, between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, we're going to get a perfect setup. We got to kind of just monitor it. And like what happened earlier, If I'm not ready or I'm talking about another market on another chart and I miss it, that's on me. Back up. Nvidia 166, I think so. Nvidia 166. All right, here we go. Got a diamond. Got an arrow, 5-second. Can we retest? What is that? 99. Did we retest that? I'm looking for a dot now. Hold on. And then we get that dot, you know, again, 308-ish should not even back up. I'm looking for this here, 299. Let's see if we get it. Come on back up. There you go. Clipped. There's 99. Now I need a dot. Stay with this. Wow, that's coming in super low. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to go, I'll go 95 because come on. All right, 97. Now I'm going to go absolute break even already because I had plenty of space here. There you go. Up 100. Now here's another. I'm going to get stopped out. Like you get $100, like we could scalp this like an ATM. Let's see if we can get the bigger breakdown. 130, 140. I might just clip it just for a profit sake. 196. Let's go. 150. I'm going to scalp it. I'll take it off. I just scalped 150, okay? Now, I think this is going to go lower, but I'm just trying to show precision entries there. Because we had that first trade that went, yeah, there you go, you son of a bitch. Regardless, like if in doubt, click it out and get off. But okay, that was a quick 150 just like that, and it, you know, probably should stay in it. Yeah, see, I didn't wait for a counter signal, HSI arrow or whatever. But that was the arrow, diamond, dot, and then as soon as that goes, we're going with the trend. Okay, you're thinking 10 to 20 on a scalp like this, then that was even better. I'm just trying to show you guys kind of the what is behind the logic here. What to be thinking in these kind of scalping situations. And 95 was a good area to 73. And then okay. So check it this way. Even if I was still in, I'm up here, I go diamond dot back there. Bang. That's it. You're done. And it's already back down. But I scalped 150. That was one contract. You do 2 or 3, you're good. But just want to show this over and over again live like that. It's easy to get locked into the signal when you get such a great reaction like that and think, oh, it's going to go all the way down. But look at it now. Take it dot to dot. That's your certain high probability segment. And why not go along? Well, our targets, what we're thinking for the last hour is still lower to retest. And that's all right. Hey, you walk out, 100, 200, $300. Job, mission accomplished, go again. Remember, this is 5-second charts. That whole thing was 2 minutes start to finish. Do it on, if you're going 30-second, like this, which is what I've been playing for, this larger breakdown. Well, here you go. We have a check back here. I think we're going to get another dot lower soon. And I'm looking for 42, guys. We're currently 92. I'm looking for 42. I need another dot here. There it is. Come on. Print up. Print it up. All right, 20 seconds till that's official. And the open bar on that is 96. So this will close. I will look for a retest on that 30-second time frame. This immediate peak is like 11. And so if I'm looking for an entry against that bar now, go. There you go. That's going to be 96. And then your stop cannot be anything greater than 08, I would say. So there you go. We get anything yet? Pretty close. Let's see what we do here. Because there's the retest. HSI back up. All right, start looking now. I'm looking in this general area. 301. Get HSI. HSI is not under 50 yet. You see that little thing? Wait, I'm waiting. We'll probably tag it in a minute. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Going back up. Not yet. No, HSI is going back up, so I'm waiting. I'm just staying. Can we get a little? I would probably say if we get a bearish 30-second candle, that's probably triggers it. No, still going back up. So the dot completed. Then we start looking to the right. We have nothing here yet. And this is, it's not really a pure pattern play. We're using the prior bullish pattern, assuming a return play, and we didn't get it. So HSI never got under the 50, and that's minimum. HSI under the 50 is how we get price to start to move in that direction. Otherwise here, you're just kind of clicking, guessing. Not yet. It's not there yet. And that's okay. That is okay. I know people get frustrated. You're like, all right, what happened? It didn't work out. No, you didn't get the confirmation. And again, I'm looking for, it's 318. I'm looking for the trigger that'll get us back to retest that pattern. And look, just take this to task, okay? Your 50 HSI never rolled down. You're still up above 50. Amplified did kiss 50 when we hit the trigger, but then we retest, we continue to go up. That's not what happens. And this is a little bit different type of scalp than the one I did previously, because the one we had before was we had a better pattern. Is that going to be a shark? Nothing on a, yeah, oh, there it is, a shark. I told you. Yeah, it is going to be a shark on the 5-second, but still no confirmation up here. And that's fine. Look, we're looking for, I would say, almost perfect conditions to trigger, and they should happen before price moves. Like, you'll get a stalling behavior and price will trigger. If you don't have it, it's not ready to go. 330. Where are we? Making a move back up. And it doesn't change the fact I'm still looking for 242 down here. Maybe it won't return. I didn't get a nice signal yet. 367. What, a short from 367? Hold on. Uh, 5-second. Ah. Come on, Scott. I should be focused on the 5-second time frame. That's on me. You see that shark? That's on me. It has to be. Look, with the 5-second trigger for what's going on, there you go. I am not happy about that. I mean, up here, dot diamond, you never retested it, but like 335 was it. 336, did we hit the 113? I'm going to stay on this chart here. I'll keep the other one. I'm going to bring up that other one. That's a bitch and a half. Hold on. Yeah, but again, all right, so take it dot to dot. That segment's over. That's it. That's fine. Arrow diamond dot to an arrow diamond dot right there. But we're still favoring lower. Larger trend patterns and levels are 230, 242, if not lower. Are we going to print a dot here? Because if it's framework is type 1, shark to 5-0, and then back for the 2, type 2. Doesn't have to do that, but that's our assumption. Come on. Let's see. I'm so tempted to just scalp that out and try to capture the breakdown, but I want perfect one too. I don't know. Where are we at with Bitcoin? Market down 550. I think we've got 40 minutes. Bitcoin holding in at 75K, but was down over 4. Oh, hold on. 1 second, everybody. Hold on, guys. I actually got to pick up my kid today. Let me call you in an hour period. I'm still on the stream. Hold on. All right, here comes the 2. Hey, what time do we have to pick him up today? All right, let's see if we get this. Because the type 2 on the 5-second, that should seal the deal for structurally for the downturn into the end of the hour. Oh, come on. Hour diamond dot. Is it going to be 22 or 36? Hold on 1 second. Hold on, guys. Wait, maybe more. All right, thanks. Yep. Okay. All right, I gotta leave soon, so I can't stay on for the rest of the hour. 320-ish right there. 24. Really quick. No, we're not. Here, the 5-second chart. All right, HSI is under the 50. Am I going to try it here at 24? Terminals 22. Or are we getting 36? All right, let's look 36. Amplified. Again, just a quick check. Our RSI component is still above the 50. And it's not ready. We get under the 50, then maybe. HSI, same deal. So I'm thinking either 22 or 36. Where's that breakdown going to happen? 30, 31, 2, 3. 113 is 36. Okay, good. HSI is under 50, amplified almost there. I'd have to assume that that high, what's that, 33.75? We're like right against it. We break that down, I'll go. Otherwise, we're looking 36, maybe hop 45. It's not 22. It's probably 36. Depends on what goes on here. Nope, not yet. Come on. Stay with me. I have about 10 minutes, so this is going to be super quick. Oh, 30-second time frames. There you go. 36. It's same one on a 30-second time frame too. So there you go. All right, first time we crossed 50s there. Can we get up here and register that? We got about 2 more bars we need to put in here. Hold on. Nope. Again, arrow is not official until we close the candle. So there you go. Now retest it. This is going to be 36 to 45. There's the 2. All right, it is a T2. We need the dot. I need a dot. Need a dot. There you go. Back up. Another arrow. Okay. Hey, again, getting the signals to say it's still higher. Now, come on. 1 arrow, check back, and then we're going to need 2 red candles on the 30-second. There's 1. And then get another. So it's 36 to 45 for sure. And it's a T2. Waiting. Come on. Because I'm triggering off the dot. Where's the 5? Come on. I'm waiting for the confirmation. 36 the numbers, guy. Yeah. 36 is. Even if you went in at 36 without confirmation, you see that arrow? I'm saying I probably want to go back, retest XA zone. Back up. Come on. There you go. Right back to 36. I don't have confirmation on this yet. It's even on a 5-second chart. There you go. 30-second. That's a little better in business. That open bar is going to be 34. If it prints. And for the whole scenario, above 45 is a fail. 3, 2, 1. Checking back. Here we go. Above 45. Is that it? $45. Come on. 2, 3, 4. HSI's there. Amplified's not yet. All right, there you go. There's 45 hop test. So play it up there. Not yet. I'm telling you, it wasn't ready. It was not ready. 36 was just the first number. $50, it's just bypass. There's amplified. I'm telling you, it wasn't ready yet. And that's 30-second time frame. The 5-second, not yet. And that happens. I mean, look, we have to have confirmation. Hold on. All right, I'll trigger off this 5-second time frame. Can I get a dot here? I'm way above my hop at 45. I'm like 10 points above. It's not what I really want. All right, that breakdown. That's 59. No, look, amplified is well above. It's not ready. You see this, guys? This is what I'm talking about. Amplified is nowhere under the 50. It's still trending higher. So I'd take no action. I mean, that thing's rallied 40 above where we first, 50 above where we first started looking at it. That's all right. I did nothing. I'm sorry for the guy that went in at 36. I told you it wasn't ready. Yeah, I'm going to have to pick a better. We're probably have to do a morning session to really get this, get action. First hour or two. There's a dot. It's not in the right place, but there's the dot on the 30-second time frame finally above the zone. Oh, and you have two, 1, 2. But that's what I mean when I say I'm looking at amplified. This is where it retests. Is it going under 50 or above? It's going above. And that has to happen first. So did nothing. 470 now. I really would like to take one shot here for you guys off of one of these dots. 5-second time frame. All right, there's an arrow. There's a diamond. Are we gonna get we finally get a dot? This is the combination. 84 area. It's not in the ideal space of where I want to see it, but we will get a dot. Hold on. Give me one more red arrow. We're in business. Oh, sorry, one more red bar. There it is. All right, I'll take a scalp on that. What's the number? 97-ish? Where's my, here, I got to have my bracket in here. Now I'm looking. There's the retest. They're rolling over. Nope. That has to roll down first. Look. Do it now. Crack 50. Crack 50. Better. I'll go 97 right here. There's 97. I'm going to know really quick if I'm right. I'm going to immediately go stop, break even if we don't break down. We didn't break down. I'm going to go stop. I'm going to scrap this. Take it down. Try again. Try again. There's the breakdown. Hold on. Let me try again. Nope. Didn't go back up to the 50. Didn't crack the 50, guys. Let me try this one more time. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I don't care. On the 5-second, it has to do that demonstratively. And I'm just trying to scalp this off that in a 5-second little micro environment. All right, there you go. I got it at 96. Should break down immediately now. I'm going to go +1. Yeah, I should have been out. Crazy. There you go. I'm going to pull that out. Scalped it. I took it out. Break even. Didn't do what I needed to do. Try again. One more time. One more time. Can we get that under 50? Oh, shit. Hold on. 97's the number. Put a 98 there. Go break even. Last shot. Last shot. Last shot. All right, there you go. Nope. I'll just grab the 150. Break it down. Go. Go. Nope. I'm out. I flattened it. I just took it out. Took 50 bucks out. It should go that quickly, guys. Don't screw around when you're trying to do those scalps. That's a dud. I'll do this more on Thursday. You guys are going to be confused. And I think there's a couple of things you have to observe first of why I'd be looking for scalps. Yeah, I'm looking at those micro entries, but it should, like you're here, remember, you start looking after the dot. Okay, this should be breaking down like literally within 5 to 10. So you're talking 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And once you get that a little space, you put in the stop loss. And you look, if you want to do it this way, scalping, precision. All right, here's another arrow, diamond, dot right on top of each other. I don't have a pattern. Like I wish I had a pattern here with it. Let me see the 30-second time frame. Okay, bingo. 30-second time frame. That's even better. That's a concrete pattern at like 11. I need a dot and going to come in around 411. That's better. There's my dot. Come on, give it to me. Got to complete on that dot. This is my last one. Nope, no dot. Little overspill. Little overspill. I need that. I like what's going on HSI because now that's under the 50. Amplified's not, but I get the dot. You're at least in a better spot. This is my last one, and I do need to go. 1175. Come on. It's gotta wait 30 seconds. $11.75 is the top end. But we price it out with the hop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 19 is that open bar trigger. All right, here we go. Ah, come on. I'll go, where are we, 7.5? What's the hop? Is 11.75. Sorry, here we go. I missed it. I can tell you I already missed it. 11.75, guys. Ah. Son of a bitch. Hold on. I really have to go, unfortunately. I have to go pick up my son. The diamond was the prior. The HSI dot was the trigger. 11.75 was the hop level. And this is what gets us lower. God dang it. All right, when I put it on at 93, I'll probably get stopped out. I will get better at this. Having everything ready. 11, there it was, 411, guys. Let's come back Thursday. I do need to run. What a bummer. We'll get this more. No, it really is, half the battle is getting organized to be ready, to have everything set up, the screens, the charts. But you guys see what I'm getting to. Arrow, diamond, dot. We're triggering off of that 30-second time frame, 5-second confirmation. Like, it's got to have something. Yep. Listen, everybody, get on over. Just get the software. Everybody that's in here that you're not with the software, get it over now. And I'm throwing in like the gold membership. So we're going to be doing this in 2026. Send your trading username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. I would hang in and wait for that retest, but I really have to go. Thursday, and I'll be early. Today I had too many things. All right, folks, thank you. Great one. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, get on my Discord too. I didn't even see who won. So again, it's there. Go here. That's the Discord link, okay? The rest is up to you, as they say. That 411 was perfect. See, sometimes I try to get too fancy with it. I should have just won 11.75 and did the 10-point stop loss. And that was good for 30. I still say by tomorrow, we're down at like 220. I really have to go. Type 1 butterfly. Right now, leave this for you guys. I'm looking for this to go to 40. Is it type 1? I'm so tempted. So tempted to click 93. Oh, give me a 5-second. Hold on, let's see if we get something. There it was on the 5-second at 16. 30-second time frame, 5-second little mini micro confirmation like that. Yep. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get my son to school. We'll do this more Thursday. All right. Thanks, everybody. Catch you next time. Good one.